Welcome back to Sunrise. Today we're focusing on INEC's administrative report for the 2016 Rivers Rerun elections. Mr. Omoni is the Public Relations Officer of Rivers State Police Command. We're going to cite a report by some of the INEC officials who spoke to you. Was it their account to the police or as a result of the investigation by the police?
As a result of the investigation by the police.
The police invited them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Now, for instance, when the IGP got receipt of this report, this query was issued to the person of Akin. Now, at the end of which...
What did the query say?
Query for serious misconduct.
Serious misconduct?
Serious misconduct, yes. A lot of things are canvassed here. Now, at the end of it, the same panel that was considered by the Inspector General of Police came up with this letter of exoneration. If you permit, I can read it. Now, this letter exonerated Aki from the allegations contained in that INEC report. Now, this woman, the person of Mary Tukoya, made this statement to the police. Now, I may not be able to go through all the statement, but if you permit me, I can read this part of the statement.
Just a little part.
Yes. Now, she
said, most important part.
It was at this point the APC agent made a call and said that somebody is coming. After a short while, the commander came in with his boys wearing black attire with a black face cap. On sighting him, I was a bit relieved. Emphasis, a bit relieved. She was a bit relieved. Now, going further, because I have seen someone that I know, so I was relaxed. She felt relaxed. All of a sudden, the place became so rowdy, and someone picked the chair, and I was seated on and hit the local government collation officer on the head and broke his head. It was there I sensed danger. After I was also hit on my back with the butt of the gun by who I do not know. By who she didn't know. Because there were a lot of other policemen around.
Did the police report find out who did that?
Yeah, of course, yes. And some police officers were dismissed.
Who hit her? Who was dismissed?
About 6 police officers were dismissed in that one of this case because there were other armed policemen in that scene.
Were they the ones who hit her?
Of course, that was what the panel found out. So they were accordingly dismissed.
Okay, Mr. Shebi.
Yes.
Much as the report did say that members of staff of the police, even INEC, seemed all to be partial, they were tilting towards one political party or not. Now, these people in question, the INEC officials, was she particularly supposed to be in Port Harcourt?
Officially, yes.
Officially?
Officially, yes. We didn't have a single official there or a single member of our staff who was not supposed to be in Port Harcourt. We didn't have anybody who was not supposed to be there who was there.
Because
all of them were deployed properly and officially.
Because there are those who say that she was not supposed to be in Port Harcourt, that they were there to also pander to a political party to rig the elections.
Well, I'm sure there was no way our staff could be there performing official duties without official sanctions. It's not possible. We have a deployment plan, and there are layers of supervision and control. You just don't go into election duties arbitrarily. You must have a right, and you must have the instrument of being there. But let me come to what she said, and I believe this should be the issues we should be discussing in the country. To conduct an election in Rivers is becoming increasingly difficult. She talked about ability to conduct free and fair election. It is not very possible in Rivers with the type of environment you come across every time. If you talk about free and fair election, the atmosphere must be conducive.
Do you believe that the police can help to achieve and bring that kind of conducive environment in Rivers State?
Honestly, charity must begin at home. It must start with the indigenes of Rivers themselves. Everything in Rivers is divided along political lines. Even the environment, you can palpate it in Rivers. Every time there's an electoral duty in Rivers, just like she mentioned now, just a party convention, you find it, just palpate it in the atmosphere. There is that violence in the air. It's violence in the air, and it's divided. It's polarized in 2 different directions, and it's always nasty, and it is the state that suffers for this. Nothing good can come out of a bad environment. I'm telling you, if you are talking about, if the people of Rivers have not even made up their mind to have peace, It's not just the police, even bring in the military.
So what's the
there
solution?
Won't be.
What's the solution?
The people have to come down and think about what is good for the state, good for their people, good for democracy, and good for development of the state.
Okay, Mr. Money, the 6 people that were dismissed, were they also issued queries before the dismissal?
No, they were tried and they underwent the process of a dream trial. It's an administrative punishment mechanism.
Was Mr. Korede included in the 6 people?
Mr. Akin was issued with an official query. He faced a much larger body who went into the matter meticulously on his merit, and at the end of which he was exonerated.
Because I mean, since you say, because I'm looking at the INEC report, and the words there were very strong.
For us, the INEC report is neither here nor there. The INEC report lacks the credibility. Because there were things that
he didn't do what he was accused of.
He did what he was accused of, and they didn't exhaust all avenues to have arrived at a conclusive end.
Now let's take a look at the much talked about video, which everybody's been making reference to, which I believe you have also seen, and that report also take a look at it. Now, if you look at this, did your report take cognizance of this particular video and this action?
Everything was taken into cognizance. Every conceivable thing that happened.
What do you think of this?
She was seated with Aki came in.
That's part of the video, the clips that INEC saw, and then they gave their accounts in the office.
Remember,
so
that man is wearing a red cap. It's
so
not a personnel of SAS.
So those are.
He's not a person. The one wearing red cap.
Now, how about the man in cap with white
t-shirt?
White t-shirt.
Which one?
That's INEC.
That's INEC official.
We should be concentrating on the people carrying guns.
They say Mr. Korede was involved there.
I didn't say Mr. Korede is not there.
You see,
that was how she look at her holding Akin Korede.
That's what it's not.
For stucco and for protection.
No. She got up. She was not in danger. She was sitting down.
Well, she mentioned here that she was in danger.
Look, she was sitting down. They came in, and she's even holding him as a restraining. She's restraining him.
No, that is not correct. But now look at what is happening here. What she mentioned here in her statement.
No, of course she will mention.
She not do that.
She is restraining him. Look at the people carrying guns there.
Are they personnel officers?
No,
so many policemen were there.
They're even wearing names. Who are they?
But so many policemen were there that
we
day.
We need to zoom into this thing and find out, bring the faces of these people and identify them. We're not doing things properly.
Let's ask INEC. When you look at that video, what impression do you get? Do you think that your staff was at that point under any kind of threat by holding Mr. Akin in that video, or was she trying to hold him as a sucker, which she admitted in her?
Exactly so.
Well, if you
in her
I will go further by just saying this. This is not the issue. The report states it all, and we still lay ownership to that report. Everything we have to say, we have said in that report. We've seen this. We've heard from our people. I must correct one impression. We are not an investigating panel. We don't have facilities for investigation. And I did say right from the beginning that we are an administrative panel of inquiry. All these are impressions. The truth and then the findings are fully capitalized in our report. The summary, everything is there.
What did Mary say in your report?
Definitely, you will say that Mary and Odekwe, they were even hospitalized for some time. It shows that there was danger. In fact, they were endangered staff as far as we are concerned. That even the report itself did say that.
That's not in dispute. That's why she had to run to Aki for protection.
Okay.
So.
Even though that's not what the INEC report said.
That is a departure from what happened at the scene that day.
Let us.
But did you invite?
They didn't invite.
Did the police invite INEC in this report?
We did now.